But first we have to deal with serious business here at the meeting. No joke either. We go back to the CIA and their relationship with the U.S. Congress and their ability to serve the American people. Contessa, what's going on?
Well, okay, so the Huffington Post today is looking at what the CIA may have been misleading these Democratic lawmakers, or Congress in general, really, about. We know about the waterboarding allegations, but Huffington Post today is pointing out that it could also be this secret so-called executive assassination ring that Seymour Hersh referred to when he was at the University of Minnesota giving a little speech. Hersh alleges that it was a secret program made up of these super elite military forces that reported to no one. They didn't report to the Defense Department. They didn't report to the ambassador or even to the CIA station chief. He says that it's possible, may have reported to Dick Cheney. That may have been who was overseeing these. Dylan.
All right. That's one of those that's horrifying and not surprising in the same sentence for a lot of folks I know. Maria Teresa Kumar back in the conversation. Jonathan is here. I want to begin, though, with Representative Anna Eshoo, California Democrat, member of the House Intelligence Committee going back to 2003, one of 7 Democrats who sent a letter to CIA Director Leon Panetta arguing he misled Congress. I should point out that Mr. Panetta pretty soon into the job said, "You're right. We misled Congress." He said, "Not on my watch." Representative, it's nice to see you, first of all. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm going to start with a question I can't imagine you're going to answer, although I'm hoping that you will, and then we'll go into some questions you're more likely to answer. But can you comment at all on Contessa's report about a possible private army reporting to Dick Cheney being the thing about which you and others were misled?
No, I can't. It's highly classified, and we can't discuss it.
All right. Because my theory is we were either about to invade Canada, we were going to pick up St. Bart's from the French, or Cheney had a private army. More broadly, we obviously have an issue with the trust and transparency between our Congress and our intelligence agency. We also have broader issues in terms of the overall culture of are we getting the investigations and are the inquiries that are necessary when there is wrongdoing or potential wrongdoing, whether it's Dick Cheney or anybody else. Why are we not seeing more aggressive inquiry across the board inside of our government when there's clear reason for lots of different inquiry at this point?
Well, Dylan, I think you've put your finger on 2 very important things. First, there has to be a very strong working relationship between the intelligence community and the Congress. The law calls for it. The executive branch is required by the National Security Act to completely and fully inform the Congress through its intelligence committee. So there's a breakdown here. And it's very serious.
Right. And that's concerning for all of us for a bunch of reasons, obviously.
Of course it is, because it deals with our highest responsibility, which is national security.
Yep. The other issue is there seems to be all this causality for more inquiry. Not just into whether Dick Cheney had a private army, which he may, who knows, right? But all sorts of things in this country, whether I'll harken back to the bank meeting with Hank Paulson last fall. There was no transcript of that. A bunch of money comes out. Those lists of things that warrant inquiry. Why are we not seeing more of it? I have my own theories, obviously, and what can we do to see Congress investigating the CIA investigating the Justice Department, listen, let's clean this place out, because obviously there are a lot of cockroaches.
We need a big broom. And I think that one of the most important things that the Congress has as a responsibility is its oversight and investigation.
Yeah.
And this must be investigated. It cannot be swept under the carpet, because we learn from that. And we establish the facts. And then once the facts are established, if any laws have been broken, then that needs to be pursued.
Right. So here's where I think we run into trouble, and I want to get Maria and Jonathan in here, but there's lots of reasons for investigation. There's lots of rhetoric about investigation. There's lots of cause for investigation, but frequently there's no funding for the investigation that is so widely discussed. And I, again, harken back to Wall Street and the fact that there was funding for white-collar crime investigation after 9/11 was pulled completely, and we all know exactly, Bernie Madoff, all the different things that happened there. What can we do to make sure that there's appropriate bankroll for enforcement and investigation, not just legislation and rhetoric?
Well, the Congress holds the purse, according to the Constitution. And I can't think of a better application of tax dollars. After all, the taxpayers are funding all of this than on their behalf, because we are their representatives, to get to the bottom of this. This is very serious. Some of my colleagues have in many ways poo-pooed it and said it wasn't this and it wasn't that. I believe that's a complete mischaracterization of what Director Leon Panetta informed the committee. Now, I give him credit for coming up to the Hill the day after he was informed about this program. I also think it's quite curious that his own people didn't brief him when he first became director, after he was confirmed. But having said that, there are laws, and the laws must be followed. This is deeply troubling. It's serious. It has to do with our national security. We're responsible for that, and I think the American people have a right to know.
Hey, Congresswoman, this is Jonathan Capehart over at the Washington Post. Is there any sense that you just made the point that even Leon Panetta's own people had not briefed him on this program? Is there any, whatever this program is, because you won't tell us what
Canada,
it is.
Jonathan, Canada goes next.
Wait, Congresswoman, is there a sense that the universe of people who knew about this program is smaller than any of us would think of? Was it 5 people, or was it one person who knew, and that's how the director did not know or was not briefed on this?
Well, what I can tell you is, I can't go into that, but what I can tell you is that people were instructed not to inform the Congress. Now, that's in direct violation of the law.
Right, but I think
the National Security Act.
Maria, go ahead.
But Representative Issue, I think this is actually, it's fantastic to hear that the Democrats are finally going after the Republicans without kid gloves and basically saying it's time for clarification, because for too long the Republicans, I think what they've been able to do is scare the Democrats on not having a strong stance on national security. So this is a great opportunity to hold people accountable.
Well, I think that we're all patriots. I wouldn't be doing this job if I didn't love my country, and I don't second-guess that with anyone. This should not be partisan. When the committee was informed by Director Panetta, everyone was stunned across the board, Republicans and Democrats, as well we should be, in terms of having something absolutely concealed from all members of Congress. The top leadership of the Congress didn't know. So this is serious, and the way to pursue it is to investigate, to apply the funds that the taxpayers provide, to get to the bottom of it. Who gave these orders? Out of what fund did they draw the money? Exactly what was this operation, and why?
Congressman, Jonathan, I'm out of time.
Oh, sorry.
Representative Eshoo, thank you for your time. Jonathan, you're staying. Obviously, Maria's staying. We're taking a break. We are back right after this.